Hello, and welcome to the beginning of a new session where I definitely remember what was happening last time. Nah, I pretty much remember what happened. What was that? Oh, that was a weird little skip. Okay, so there was a 26.6 gigabyte patch where I guess they must have been updating textures or something. I don't know. It was just a terrifying number to see. Wait, how oh, that's not me being over encumbered. Sorry, that's my recent jail time in the corner of the screen. Mix that up with the over encumbered symbol you see in a lot of games. Okay, so we were taking care of patients, and a lot of people are not doing so great. I set that dude's leg. There's a few things going on. I think I want to go on my excursion. Go outside, enjoy. Oh Jesus. It sounded like a better idea before we realized how the weather was, but I figured let's go outside, have an adventure, enjoy the weather. Was the original thing I was going to say. Because one of the things that related to this whole overall thing of let's save people and whatnot is to find Father Simon. Also bring home 100 game meat. So go hunting and find Father Simon. He's the C on the map. He's out there somewhere. I do not remember that map. Oh, look at that. Is that what the devil looks like? Does the devil have eyeball nipples and a mouth nose for a rib cage? His rib cage looks like a mouth and nose. What the hell? On top of being a weird bird monster that he looks like the creatures that rip their heads off in Labyrinth, but instead of a fuzz head, they have his horns. Okay. Anyway, this is Sasau. It's dominated by having a monastery that is pretty much the entirety of Sasau. And so there's a bunch of stuff related to monasteries and whatnot on the screen. Makes sense. Anyway, zooming out. Oh, Jesus. He's up in Rovner. That's a bit of a trek. Okay, then. That's not how you call your horse. There we go. Don't put that away. Sorry, I was just refinding the button real quick. Howdy. There we go. Alright, so... Charisma's still up there. We're in a good spot there. Charisma might help me with Simon if he's somebody that doesn't want to come back or something. Because generally a lot of the people I find aren't really fond of coming back. We'll do the fast travel and see how that works. Oh, that's a lot of place. I've never been to any of that place before. Okay, no, we're not going to fast travel. I generally like to explore stuff for the first time on foot. Well, not literally on foot. That would be insane. Screw that. Not on foot, but you know what I mean. Which means we get to manually swap out all of my crap. Do 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 do. I wish there was a better way, but there's not. Anyway. Sorted by equipped. Cool. No, let's sort that way. Oops. Right, we're good. There we go. That should be largely me wearing the good stuff now. Except this outer jacket. Does it have defensive stats? Kind of. It's really expensive though, because it has 20. Let's not. I don't care if it has defensive stats. It's not worth it to wear, even if it is a new dedicated slot. Do I not have anything that goes into that slot? Apparently. I guess. Huh. I must not. That's fine. Anyway, now that I've done all that. We're going to ride north towards that letter. But we're going to do it on foot because we might see cool stuff along the way or encounter quest hubs or special NPCs and other whatnots. There's not a... Right. There's only a southern gate in the monastery, I think. So leaving via the north isn't really a thing. Gonna have to loop around real quick. Went the wrong way for a second there. Hey there, trying to get run over. Excuse me. Excuse me. All this gray darkness crossed with the heavy rain is going to render super well on YouTube. It loves visual noise. I'm over encumbered. Uh-oh. That's probably... Oh, I'm over encumbered by like 1 pound. It might be because of the... treasure map. Get rid of those. It might be because I don't need any of these things in here right now. Because it could be that I just have too much crap in my inventory, actually. Scratch everything else. But also I have it. Oh yeah, that was part of it. But I also do have a debuff right now that probably affects my strength. Yep. North we go. Friendlies or enemies? You guys having a war? Give me a second. Before something goes terribly wrong here. Just give myself a checkpoint of sorts. Who's on my side? Is anyone on my side? Are you... Ow! Shit. Who are you people? What? Ow. Oh, it's these guys, right. Let's just surrender at this point. I don't remember how, apparently. Why are they so focused on me? Aren't you guys having a fight? How do I ow, I'm not even attacking you.
I'm going to enjoy it.
I don't know how to surrender. I'm trying. Shit. I lost the buttons. Alright, well I haven't actually taken any damage yet, so they're gonna keep this up, they're gonna pay the consequences, I guess. Oh, look at my helm. Ow.
Well landed.
Are you?
Weak at the knees, have you?
So are you a bandit and they're the Kumans? And you're all just pricks? Could you fight each other, please? Weren't you having a war? Why are you all focused on me? How does this game doesn't seem to know how to handle factions. It'll just like, people will just forget they were having a fight because I showed up, basically.
You're done for.
And I have nothing to do with these people.
Goddamn.
You're almost dead and you're gonna waste what's left of you on me? Ow. Got him. Wait, you're fighting each other now? Aren't you in the same team? Wait, are you guys now on the same team? Oh shit, you guys had the majority. You were gonna win, but then you started to attack me like an idiot. Good plan you had there. You guys, at least it doesn't seem to be hitting me, I guess. Which is weird in its own right, honestly. Oh, here comes more of them. I wanted to help whoever was on my team, but I think this is bandits and Kumans again. God damn it. Alright, I'm not in a good spot. This is one way to grind stats, I guess. Son of a bitch. Fight each other. Aren't you having a war? Oh shit. This is I'm using a bow that I'm not allowed to use yet. Shit. I made that mistake, apparently. Like a week ago. Thanks, me. What is happening to me right now? What was that? I've activated Sadist. Now you're really in trouble. Ow, ow, ow. My health. Ow, Jesus, okay. Who's fighting who? Ooh boy. I'm bleeding now. Are you guys even on the same team as each other? You're so focused. Those two are. You can tell from their helmets being pointy. I hate the AI of this game so much. I hate it. I'm moving on with my life. This is dumb. I'm moving on with my life. I hate the AI of this game. It doesn't make any sense. There's a skirmish happening that's like 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, and they literally all just break rank and single out me specifically across their entire group. What the fuck? Did they just dehorse me? How'd they dehorse me? Wasn't I nowhere near them? Oh, fuck off, man. Oh, is the game crashing? Just to punctuate what's happening today? Is that where we're going now? Is it crashing? Oh, goody. Oh, there it goes. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, that's a huge bummer. You can't enter into the fray in any meaningful way, or even really just be near the fray. Just literally being a random guy that has nothing to do with either part of the fight, that just happens to even pass nearby and didn't even take part in the fight itself. Everyone just is like, the player, attack him! And it's like, the fuck? Aren't you having like some kind of grudge match between two factions right now? Why would every single member of both factions simultaneously decide, yeah, we'll attack him specifically? To the point where sometimes 4 people are all chasing me, standing side by side with the enemy that was just trying to murder them a second ago. In many cases, without me having even landed a blow on anybody. I didn't even have a weapon drawn, and they think, and their AI thinks it's reasonable to attack an unarmed person that's not in the fight when there's a whole group of people that are all fighting each other, including people that should be currently murdering that person. It's like, the fuck? I'm done with this nonsense. Goodbye. It's frustrating in particular because if you want to be an opportunist player of some sort and take advantage of a crossfire, you can't, even though that should be a completely valid strategy. Like, oh, these two are distracted with their fight against each other. Maybe I can steal from their camp, or maybe I can attack them and get the drop on them while this is happening, or 700 other things you could try to do in that situation because of the fact that they are having a fight to the death that is clearly happening on its own without you. But then that can't happen because they all simultaneously decide to attack you the moment you enter aggro radius. There's a lot of just herbalists just scattered around the wilderness, huh? Oh. I don't think I really have anything I need right now. Oh. Gonna turn around real quick. Haven't been there yet. Samopesh? I guess I passed them when I was being attacked and murdered. Howdy do. There's the innkeeper. What kind of town is this place?
Come on up and buy.
Machines of every kind? Is that what he said? What'd you say? Can you repeat yourself? It looks like he just sells food. There's a local blacksmith.
Knives, axes, rakes, hoes. Get the best right here.
Get the best right here. There is a tavern. There might not be much to get out of bed for, though, around here. Oh.
Is someone there?
You chop your wood indoors? There might not be much of interest in this town. There's an inn, there's a blacksmith, there's some villagers. Nobody stands out to me yet. This guy's kind of odd. Is he supposed to be fishing? How does that fishing rod work? It looks like it's just floating. Is it just floating? Fisherman Tompkin cannot be talked to. He has a name, which they usually don't. But I can't talk to him. Empty. Yeah, I think I'm done here. We'll see if it comes up in future context. But for now, not super optimistic about it having stuff for me to do. We have a ways to go. I'm gonna have to cut ahead. That's taking me further east. There's another road to my north, at the very least. Good jump. Is that another town? Or is it just one of those inns by the road? Oh, it's a ranch. Right. Common enough. Not necessarily of note. Am I even allowed inside, or they freak out when you walk through the front gate? No. I think that only happens in the case of that one time where they were doing a stealth mission because I was supposed to sneak in, so suddenly the entire ranch was off limits. I don't think that's normal for ranches. There is the part where everyone's like, "What do you want? Hey, what are you doing over here?" Which they still act like you're trespassing, even if you're just walking in to the non-trespassing zone. So, which means that they probably still treat it the same way, like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here," on some level. Never know what's gonna happen, so just in case. Friends? Is no one noticing me yet? I think no one gives a shit. They must just not be convinced that I am of any threat. Lockpicking spot. What are you guys all here for? Also, how's my nourishment? I'll be a bit overstuffed if I go now. There's an archery range. That's welcome. I just don't really have a lot of free time to play this game off camera necessarily lately. Although maybe I'll get around to it sometime. I might get a little grinding done while listening to a podcast at some point, where I just shoot a local range for a bit, or gather herbs. Stuff that I would never do on camera at this point, because I've established what it looks like, and... oh shit. It's Sir Radzig. Where have I found myself at? It's just some camp that has a combat arena? There's a wall over here. I should check out what that is. What's that over there? Huh. Fancy seeing you here, Sir Radzig. I last saw you in Neuhof, which is quite almost literally the opposite side of the map. But I guess we are in the territory of where you might be interested. Can I talk to him? Rude.
Greetings. What do you need?
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
I went to Ujit, where they told me I could find Lubosh, only someone had murdered him. It seems they're trying to cover their tracks and get rid of witnesses.
Indeed. The whole affair is becoming ever more suspicious. Have you any further clues?
I found out about another one of them, a crony of Limpy Lubosh's. They call him Riki, and he comes from Ledechko.
You're doing a good job, but you need to be careful. Have you found this Riki fellow?
I'm afraid my news isn't good, sir.
I might have expected as much. Tell me the worst.
This Riki fellow was hiding out in the woods, and his former accomplices really did want to kill him, because he, Limpy Lubosh and others deserted them in Neuhof. It seems they wanted no part in the killing. Anyway, Riki told me they were hired by a bandit they call Runt. He's the one who stole your sword. Those murdering whoresons weren't after loot. They just wanted to do damage. And the worst thing is, they have an encampment in the area, and they're getting ready to make more trouble.
Sacra. Anything else?
That's all I've found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new.
Sir, I've been to Ujits, and the parish priest there is very odd indeed. He's very handy with a sword. Do you know anything about him, sir?
Godwin? Aye, an intriguing fellow. He's the youngest son of one of the lords of Kuttenberg. He was sent to the university to become a priest, as is customary with the youngest son. But he didn't much care for it. So when he finished studying, instead of taking up his parish, he went roaming. I imagine he had a pretty adventurous life. And then one day he came back and settled down. Hanush would know more about him.
Huh. I think it's safe to assume that he's going to be a really important story character. This priest that cause in particular just because Henry keeps wanting to talk to everyone about him all the time. It's just he's a really peculiar dialogue choice that keeps cropping up where I just tell people, hey, I met that guy, he was interesting. It's like, it's really just a giant flag pointing at the idea that he's going to be an important character going forward. I'll take a quick bite, I'll only be overfed for a moment. Oh, that's... Yep, that's Razik again. Alright, I was not expecting to just see him around, as it were. This is a chance to fill in a little bit more map, perhaps. Because that's gotta be... that's a town. No firing. I should spend some time at an archery range and some time gathering herbs just because at some places it's just not something I ever want to do on camera because it's awful. So we have indeed found yet another town. How's its size compared to some of the other places? It's Merhojed? We're adding to it. There's still more clouds sitting here and there. Apparently I need to go exactly to the right spot to clear this one out. Still waiting down there. Yeah, inquire after Timmy at the windmill. We'll get to it. They have somebody plowing. Looks like they drag that through the field for, I guess they're tilling? But they put a heavy rock on it to push it down so they can keep it going and the horses pull. And deer jump freely off into space. Peculiar place. That stone is kind of interesting looking. I might want to look at that. Oh. I think it still applies to that my character kind of still... How did I get here? Definitely seems like your guide keeps going after you run around. After you pause, I mean. Oh, here we go. A well. Can I use it? I don't think it's functional for me. There's a grocer. I'm, of course, most interested in whether they have a scribe. Because I have a one-track mind. And also because I want to be able to use skill books. They seem neat. This place is not... doesn't really jump out at me. Maybe a minor encampment.
What was that?
It's me. It was me the whole time. I can't pick anything here, right? Because your crops. So the game doesn't let you. If only. You could come in at nighttime when no one's watching and just steal crops under nightfall. You would level up your herbalist skills so fast. Are there any more weed picking quests in this game? I'm not even really joking. I need to find more weed picking quests. It's the only way I'm ever going to get anything done around here. Alright, which way is north? Back that way. Horse behind me. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find much here. Some of these seem like flyover state type towns. Where just, if something points me here, I'll come here. But other than that, it might be kind of vacant. Ah, yep, that's not happening. I thought I might be able to jump it at first. Wow, that got weird. Okay, let's just go back on over here. For a second there, I thought I might be able to jump it, but then I saw how deep the water got, and I was like, oh, I'm way down here now. Uh-oh. Hello. My magical teleporting horse, because this game's so realistic. I gotta be careful, because half the things where I'm like, I do the realism joke, I'm pointing at things that I'm happier in the game, like the ability to teleport your horse, because otherwise I wouldn't use a horse half the time. But there's so many, it's so arbitrary which things are convenient gameplay conceits and which things are realism. Realism. Ooh. Oh, wait. I'm already kind of going for it. Let's just commit at this point. In fact, I've been to Rovner I've been around Rovner before. So this is all familiar territory now, so I can keep going via fast travel at this point. This is a zigzag road. 'Cause I fled across here when I was dying. I thought Rovner was the burned out it is. I'm not crazy. I'm confused by the idea that there even is a town here to go to. There were so many bodies right here. Oh my god, they're still here? Jesus. All the bodies are still here. That's so many bodies. Like, we've had a vague sense of, like, what the density of human beings is in towns in this game. Like, these houses are all pretty spread out, and each house has, like, maybe 2 people in it or something. There's, like, 70 corpses here, maybe. I'm kind of confused how there can even be a population around here, or anyone could live here anymore. Jesus. Can I open the door? They're all trying to get in the church. Am I gonna find out that this is one of those stories, like in Walking Dead, where there's just like some horrible person that like kept the door closed when everyone was calling for help? They wouldn't let anyone in. Like also what happened in the United States, what, last year I want to say, or whenever that was, when there was the huge floods and there was the huge evangelical churches in like the Texas area and stuff like that that are so oversized and so rich and full of, like, they make so much money to excessive degrees, but then they were closing their doors to people in their time of need during the floods. And it's like, what isn't that your whole job? What are you doing if you're just gonna if you're not gonna be helpful during time of need? Like, then why do they even give you all the money? Can I even pick that? I can pick that if I aim just... Oh my god. There we go. Surprisingly hard to pick things in this game at times. They call me Thistle Man. Oh, I AoE'd. I AoE'd my thistling. I'm still bummed out that that guy was like, you fucked up. And I'm like, oh no. How did I fuck up? I've spent so long doing that job. And then they didn't... And then they're like, you didn't even do that good. I'm like, no. But I tried. I found a weed picking zone. Enthralling gameplay. Alright, let's wake this dude up. Hey you, a fully armored man's waking you up in your house. Don't be alarmed.
I'm at your service tonight.
I see there's not much going on around here. So you've stayed here on your own?
Quite so. All by myself. All the others were either killed by the Cumans or fled to Rattay.
I saw the mess they left behind. Savages.
It was horrible. People tried to find shelter in the church, but them dogs was waiting. They knew too well that's where folk would try to hide.
And where did you hide?
By the grace of God, I got my family away into the woods.
And I don't see your family with you. I hope those bastards didn't sniff them out.
No, it takes better man than them to track me down. I sent my wife to Ratte with some others.
I'm sorry to hear that. And what's keeping you here, alone?
My older brother ran away with the wandering players, so when our father was on his deathbed, he made me swear I'd never leave our home.
I can see you took your vow seriously.
I did. But it's starting to get dangerous around here. Again.
The Cumans.
If it were Cumans, I'd grab an axe and that would be that. But a week back, some rabble made their way through here. They begged me for food, and mark my words, they weren't taking no for an answer. If they'd been just a tad hungrier, I swear they would have stormed the cottage.
There are gangs like that around, true enough. Do you think folk will ever go back to their homes?
Oh, I don't know about Skalitz, but the folk here are sure to want to come back. The only thing they're missing is spiritual support.
Do you mean the priest?
Indeed. When the land's at war, noblemen fight to protect their property. But simple folk want someone to tend their souls.
Of course. But it was the Skalitz parish priest who ministered here, wasn't it?
He did. But there's been no sign of him since the attack. Or at least he's definitely not in Ratte among the refugees.
That's true enough. I didn't see him there.
But if you're interested, young fella, maybe you could help us find the priest we need here.
I can always ask. But I've heard where the Skalitz priest went.
That's great news. Although I had my eye on another priest.
You might as well tell me who he is. What I heard about the Skalitz priest might just be rumours.
True. Well then, a few years ago there used to be another priest in Skalitz. Simon, I think his name was.
Simon. Father Simon, I remember him. That's the one who went missing, right?
Aye. I don't want to spread rumours, but they say he was in love with his housekeeper. And then she died somehow, poor thing.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Clerics today.
They're men, just like the rest of us, with man's passions. Well, to finish the story, Simon left the parish and ran away. You know that already. There was neither sight nor sound of him for a long time. Until this spring, he showed up here.
And what's he doing here?
That's just it. People say he's become a hermit.
All right. And where can I find him?
I couldn't tell you exactly, but you could start by talking to that girl's parents. Well, they live on a farm nearby, and it's likely they know more. They may even have had words with him.
I'll go and see what they have to say for themselves.
God go with you, lad, and I pray you find him. If some heathen stabs me in my sleep, I'd rather have a decent burial.
Don't worry. I'll bring someone.
No joke, I just came in here fully armed and armored, inches away while you were sleeping. So I was not on the wrong track. They're totally, like, this place totally is empty, apparently. And he's just like the one dude left. It's gotta be a hell of a thing living like 100 yards down from freaking a mass grave that of unburied, burned corpses. Is that worth it? Is it everything you hoped for? Yeah, are these houses empty? Seems like it. This might be a... that might be a dog house, or... no, not dog. Cattle, or like... pigs or something? I don't know. Animal shelter. But not an animal shelter, I mean a shelter for animals, as in like... provides shelter. This place is an absolute mess. I pretty much reinforced my previous thought. Like, it's odd that this game, the primary antagonist seems to be these Cumans, but they're introduced by killing everyone you've ever known indiscriminately, and then tons of other people, like just so many people get wiped out horribly, and they're all unarmed civilians. And then it has like a surrender mechanic for combat, as if you're reasonably going to like As if you should reasonably expect people like that to just spare you. Pretty sure the civilians were interested in surrendering. Is it still pointing to the same dude right now? I can't climb this apparently. Holy crap, alright. We've lost our ability. It is still pointing to the same guy. I think we've already found information though about where to go next. It's saying there's been talk in Rovner. But I'm in Rovner right now, right? Shit. I was hoping the game would be a little more help at finding the person he was talking about that knows about him. Uh-oh, did it not update or something? Shit. I might need to review my own footage to be more sure about where to go next then. I can't use this trough? Can I pick this plant? I can. Okay, I was like briefly worried. I couldn't talk to him and I couldn't use the trough. And so I was like, is the A button, our A button prompts going away all of a sudden? I was a little worried. Oh shit. A man of the cloth. There's a new quest. Oh boy. Man of the cloth. Find the Scarlet's priest, talk to the family. That's the mistake I made. I didn't realize that a new quest that was separate from the one I was on popped up. So find Father Simon's over there, but that's the other quest. That's the family of Father Simon's housekeeper. What's this down here? The Scarlet's priest. I'm sitting here looking for a farm because the guy's dialogue was just, yeah, the family has a farm nearby, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they expect me to find this on my own without a waypoint. And the definition of nearby is, it's interesting. It's well beyond the next town. Avoid or scout. Scout. What's going on here? I'm successfully scouting it. There he is. Ow, dick. I get some distance here first. Oh shit, I'm still using the wrong bow. I can't use that one. Alright, let's fuck you up then. You're not doing so well, are you? You're on an... Oh. Was it... It's a tactic you guys use? Come here, come here. Hey you. Hey you. Hey you. Die. Oof. Yeah, not showing mercy for people who ambush me to murder me on the road. Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna stab your throat out. Piece of shit. Chivalry. You're ambushing me to murder me on the road. My shadow's all fucked up, isn't it? Oh, it looks weird. Alright. Let's put a correct bow on. Minimum strength of 10. Oh wait, I do have the stats for it now. Did my... one way or another, I have the stats for it now. Oh, I could have used it then. So my my stats, my strength regenerated. Good to know. valuable one way or another. There is a certain sense that perhaps Jesus, why are people yelling in the other room? Somebody just started yelling in the other room. That was just bizarre. You'd imagine that perhaps their weird, like, character and faction-specific gear might not be very valuable to sell. Got a lot of specific stuff. It's broken, it's still supposedly valuable. I'm just sitting here wondering, like, first of all, I don't know what the yelling was for, but also I just don't know. Was that... Could you guys hear that? Is somebody on fire in the other room? I don't know what's happening. Do you have groschen that I just didn't notice? No, I just didn't have money. I'm gonna pick a flower by your corpse, and I'm not even gonna give it to you. That's what I think of you.